Okay, so welcome to today's episode of Pimp My Pack. And we have here a London Bridge Trading 1749B in that sexy ACU camo, or rather should I say UCP, is it? Universal Camouflage Pattern, commonly known as ACU, which has been all the rage when it came out over the last few years. This is a great looking pack that I picked up for really cheap, but these things retail for, I don't know, a lot, basically. And obviously this camo, no one really wants it, so you can find a lot of this stuff cheap on the internet. And I thought to myself, this is perfect for me because it gives me quite a lot of leeway in terms of what I can do to it. And yeah, so I figured I can start playing around with it and not feel too guilty if something happens, and it totally mess it up. But I can't wait to play around with it. And basically one of the first mods that I noticed that had to be done, this company LBT, great stuff, makes absolutely great stuff. But then, like most of this US Army surplus gear or, military equipment, it's, super grade. The nylon is amazing. The fabric is super strong. Straps, etc., the webbing, the stitching. But then they go and mess it up because they don't have something so basic such as a grab handle. Like, what the hell? How would you omit something so simple as that? And so, okay, I figured it's gonna need a carry handle, at the very least one. And then the other thing that really annoys me, that nobody seems to talk about on the internet, is it doesn't really have a storm flap. It has your basic cinch cord here, just like an Alice pack would, but that's it. Just the one big compartment on the inside, divider at the bottom. Yeah, but keeping everything together with a storm flap, so that's a feature that some of the most basic civilian packs have, even for kids, for schoolboys and stuff, but it doesn't have it here. And so it's like, what the hell? I'm gonna have to now figure a way to make one, to get one, and alter it, and just add it on to this. And the problem with these kind of packs as well is trying to find something that is just the right size, because this is quite wide. I haven't actually measured it circumference, but yeah. So what was the best option? I was looking around on the internet until I found pretty cheap this. Now this is the main compartment from a Molle 2 system, the old Woodland, the first one that came out. And oh, look at this, it has a storm flap. See, now we're talking. And for the price point that you pay for these, I would expect to find at least a storm flap. And now the circumference seems to be the same. I tested them out. I put one inside the other. I can't really do that with one hand now. But yeah, in here there's just a humongous sleeping bag. And that's pretty much all I use this for now, is a sleeping bag carrier. And then I thought, okay, seeing as this is actually in the way most of the time when I pull a sleeping bag out or try to stuff it back in, I figured I can use this, recycle this from this pack, and then add it onto the LBT. And one of the things that I noticed that I really liked, I mean, we'll get back to this, but so the London Bridge Trading model has these ports, these Velcro ports on the other side for yeah, cables, water hydration, whatever you want. Okay, let's see if I can manage. There we go. Really heavy duty Velcro here, and the material very well stitched, very heavy duty, and it has 3 of these and 3 of these here. Now, the Molle 2, lo and behold, has one on the very side here and one on the very side here. It doesn't have a center one, but who really cares? The point is that these, you obviously can't really tell on camera, but they are pretty much the exact size I would need right around there when I then replace, or rather add on the storm flap. So that makes it a neat little addition, should I say, like a tailored addition in that sense. And so for today's project, we're gonna unstitch this and get right in there in the seams. Unstitch those so this will eventually pop out using the old trusty seam ripper. I just have a piece of plastic in there so it doesn't sink in too much, because I was using it at one point and it just popped all the way in and it was really hard to pull back out. I had to use a pair of pliers, so now I have that, and that can help me loosen it and pull it back out. Just a random little tip there. And yeah, once I'm done with this, I should be able to hook it onto this pack. So the intended result is obviously to get the storm flap in here, and eventually I'll figure something out for the handle. So see you in the next one.